Good morning. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Kevin Ayers. Over the many weeks that we've heard others tell their cloud of witnesses stories, I've been up here with the choir contemplating who's in my cloud. Well, the short answer lies in where my faith is rooted: music. Over my almost 54 years, church, faith, and music have been so intertwined to be indistinguishable from each other. Naturally, the first entries in the cloud of witnesses lineup would be my parents. Both were church choir members for their entire lives and conveyed their love of music and the church music community to me from my earliest days. In fact, whenever we hear some adult contemporary song from 1974 or 1975 on Sirius XM, I'll usually flash back to the backseat of the family car, which of course was a 1972 VW Bug, on our way home from choir practice. Thanks, Gordon Lightfoot. Both Margie and I have continued that tradition with our kids, or at least exposed them to it. Sometimes these seeds sprout immediately, and sometimes it takes a while for them to germinate. I can't forget to include the long list of choir directors over the years: Linda Duffendack, George Greb, Ed Schneider, who, by the way, recognized that I should be singing tenor and not baritone, Jeremy Smythe, who introduced me to the canon of exquisite English anthems, John Haydn, Gretchen Kerman, responsible for bringing me to the Alexandria Chorale, where I met a certain first soprano, Lisa Billingham, who coached me over my fear of soloing, and Don Armstrong. Hey, welcome to the cloud, Don. I would be remiss if I didn't include Andre, the choir director at Westminster Presbyterian in Los Angeles. After spending a weekend with him as roommates at a joint church offsite between Westwood Presbyterian and Westminster Presbyterian in 1993, I attended a concert of his gospel choir that he gave in Burbank the following week. He was so inspired that he brought me up to do an unexpected solo during a rousing rendition of Amen. And whoo boy, let me tell you, that was a life lesson. What was that lesson, you ask? Always be prepared to sing in front of an audience, and be sure to clap on 2 and 4. In different ways, these ministers of music shaped and deepened my faith journey through some of the greatest musical expressions that humans have crafted. And we've even done some rudder, too. Ooh, sorry. That was a low blow. Incidentally, I should include organists over the years, too, especially Lisa Bloy. Don't tell her, but she's probably my favorite. My cloud, of course, is also populated with my fellow singers over the decades, whether it was singing in the stratosphere with my fellow tenors, engaging in color commentary with the baritones, making wisecracks to the back of an alto section leader's head. Hey, I'm looking at you, Robin Ray. And delivering an inspired performance of 16 going on 17 from The Sound of Music with an unfortunate soprano at a church fundraiser. My fellow choir members have both inspired me in the high times, supported me in the low times, and I'll tell you stories about the crazy times at Fellowship Hour. Lastly, my cloud isn't just populated with choir members and directors. Sometimes it gets swept up by some other cloud that floats in when you weren't expecting it. Case in point is when Honey and Locust brought in an aspiring new bass player to complement FCPC's non-traditional service music in 2019. So thanks to Alan, Jen, Ann, Gary, Nick, Sue, Cam, Teresa, Maya, Ava, and Sasha, I ended up traveling down a completely unexpected road in my faith music journey that apparently includes mandolins and 1-4-5 chord progressions. So that's a quick look at who's in my cloud of witnesses, and it's pretty crowded in there. The cloud keeps expanding since there's no end to the spiritual inspiration I receive from all sorts of outlets. I mean, to be honest, you could even say that Aretha Franklin is in there, but that might be presumptuous. Lastly, I do want to say that I'm truly grateful for this congregation's continued commitment to the music program, and I'm looking forward to bringing more people into my cloud. I tell you, it's got a great soundtrack.